Now, we all know that there's no up and down in space, so how do you get your bearings in space? Well, in real life, what we do is that we use the same system that has been used by the Greeks for the last 2,000 or so years, which is that we define in the ecliptic plane, which is the projection of Earth's equator towards the celestial sphere, a point called the vernal point, now more romantically known as the cusp of Aries, which is the point where Earth's orbit crosses the ecliptic during the March equinox, essentially, which is why it's also called the point of Aries. Now, that works as kind of like a north in our coordinate system, and from that we can define angles in the plane of the ecliptic plane, and then from that we can define then elevations and so on and so forth, and therefore you have a coordinate system. Now, nowadays this is like still used, but it is not defined this way anymore. We now use something called the ICRS, which is the inertial catalog reference system, I believe. I could be getting the actual name wrong, I'm going off memory here, but it's essentially a collection of quasars all across the universe, which, because they're so far away, they're practically static, you know, they basically don't move. So we can use them as reference points and then define a coordinate system based on that. Now, in Sojourn, we do something kind of similar. There is an ICRS equivalent, but the traditional definition of bearings in the Sojourn is that if you draw a line from the central system towards the center of the organic galaxy, that will be south. That's the south line. And you then use the plane of the galaxy to define your plane, and away from the galaxy is north, and then you use the right-hand rule, and then you get yourself like north, west, south, east, and then if you've ever heard in the Sojourn them saying like in south by southeast, that's what they're using. They're using their galactic reference system essentially, and it's what you see in the Tantalus map as well. And that's how you get your bearings in the Sojourn. Where am I?